Hey, how you doing? My name is Franklin Cruz from True Investors Development. Thank you so much for listening to Real Estate Geniuses. So, on this podcast that you're about to listen to, we're ending with some Q&A, some questions, and some answers that I'm going to actually go over, and the lessons that I actually learned from taking one home to 41 houses, selling it to KB Homes for $1.25 million. And then they turned around and actually named a street after my family, which was Cruz Court. Its first address was 7187 Cruz Court. Very cool. And if you don't know who I am, it is first time listening. My name is Franklin Cruz. My projects have been on the front page of the newspaper before. And also recently, we just won an award from the city of Lakeland on one of our modern homes as well. And then lastly, we just got a nomination from the Frank Lloyd Wright Spirit Award as well. Kind of a big deal, at least I think. So get ready. You're about to learn a ton when it comes down to the lessons that I learned from my entire project from the one house to 41 and then sold it to KB Homes for 1.25. So again, pen, paper, crayon, get whatever you've got. And it's going to be intense and it's raw. So, all right, get over to the training now.
There's a couple of questions in the chat that we didn't get to. I know somewhere here, Sarah was asking what the average size of those lots became that was finally approved.
50 by 100, 50 by 100 and 30 by 60 pad.
50 by 100. Okay. Let's see. Who did we miss? Daniel was asking if someone were to be assigning you a potential development, what are you looking for the wholesaler to be completed in a deal like this? He also said, can you share the recording waiver and then criteria for lead searching when doing cold outreach?
Yeah, if you just type in Google video and photo consent release form for your state, just put that, just print that out. That's it. Literally that's what I have. So, and then what was the other question, Daniel? I'm sorry.
Criteria for lead searching when doing cold outreach.
I don't do cold
Are you doing
I know
outbound marketing, or is it all
I do
coming?
zero. I don't believe in outbound at all. In this business, I do not believe in that. I believe you want to have a great business. All my deals have came from online marketing, 100% and referrals. That's it. It's
So
a lot easier. I don't have to, smile and dial. I just learned internet marketing and dialed it in locally, and it's helped me. Every single deal has been that way.
if you guys, and this is, and I've preached this for years, but if you guys look at Franklin's Facebook, and I don't know about other social media, but like he posts on Facebook a lot about his deals and just about what he's doing. And I mean, if you're consistently, and it's not bragging, it's just, hey, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm working on, here's the successes we're having, here's the people we've helped. If you do that consistently, right, you become known in a specific market for doing specific things. That alone will snowball into deals coming your way, right? And actually, Franklin, put in the chat how people can get a hold of you.
Yeah, I have it on screen right here. So,
oh, sorry,
there's
I'm looking at the chat window, so I didn't see what you had on the screen.
Yeah, no problem at all. No
Yeah,
problem. So I would say if I'm just now thinking about getting back into mentorship, I told you, Daniel. So if you've got a deal and I can consult with you with and possibly be a part of the deal, or you're looking for somebody kind of like you want to do this process, I'm open to it. Just email me personally and just put on the subject line, interested in consulting kind of thing, development, or put Daniel's name, one of the three, and just put like, what are you working on? What are you looking for? How can I help? Like what's missing for you? And probably I could see if I can help or not. And if it's something mutual that we can, create a deal and create some capital and create a win-win, like just FYI, like funny part is I market 100% for residential deals still. I still buy houses, just FYI. And I do that because you always got to constantly practice structuring creative deals. And the best way to get practice, is doing houses, and then my profit just goes to like fun stuff. The development is retirement. Houses are just like, whatever kind of thing. That's how I treat it. But just shoot me an email and hopefully it helps.
but
Go ahead,
also, yeah,
Daniel.
well, I was going to say, if you understand role, if you understand opportunities and land, you're marketing for houses, but you're going to come across deals like this where something is sitting on an outsized lot and everybody else that's marketing to that person is looking at it as a house. You may be able to recognize that, hey, there's more value here in underlying land and I know what to do with it. So it's a tremendously valuable
Oh yeah.
you
And
know,
even on
business
normal
to have.
houses, like I bought a deal recently that I made $30,000 more on the deal because I know land. So the guy had extra land in his backyard, and I found, oh, well, we could just subdivide that. So I literally subdivided it, marketed it for 29 or 30 grand, and immediately got a buyer like within a week, and then sold the house for a profit as well. Right? It was a total win-win scenario. But if I didn't know land, I would not know what to do. And infill, like what Daniel does too, like you could take one lot and get 5 lots out of it. I just do this a little bit larger, you know, and then when they're larger, there's a lot of different opportunities. So you could do business park, you could do, like I also sold an easement to Opal Fuel, Florida Gas, and People's Gas. So I had to learn, that, and we made almost a $500,000 on that deal just selling a strip of land. So if you've got an asset and that you're like, man, I think this is around something, you could think outside the box. Probably I could sell this to a billboard company. Probably there's an easement. Who's my neighbor, right? Would he want to buy a strip? There's just so many different options. Can I do outdoor parcel and rent it and then do a self storage? Or can I do, just different opportunities that you could think about when you start understanding development at scale. At least for me, it's helped me. Go ahead, Danny. You're gonna say something?
No, I'm 100%. The opportunities. I mean, that's what I love about land. You're sitting on a house. It's
Oh,
a house, right? If it's a piece of land, there's so many
yeah.
things you
Danny,
can.
let me help everybody on here. If you do this, you may be able to get like a really cheap lot or deal. So, okay, write this down. This is going to be helpful. So, I was on the board at Habitat for Humanity, right? And I found out inside information. And every habitat, just FYI, every habitat is like a franchise. They're not actually, they have to pay a due to the bigger headquarters of the nonprofit. And what I learned is people give them land and houses all the time,
Hmm.
and they don't even know what to do with it because
Yep.
they're a lot of times like they're old people that have, they're just like your grandma. Like, literally, Claire is 82 years old who runs it over here. She's older than my grandmother. So they'll sell you stuff. I bought my F650, Big Bertha, we call it. I bought it from them for 4 grand because it was sitting there with the dead battery for 5 years. And they're like, hey, and I need that for my development deals. So it's like little things, like I didn't even think about that. So consider calling or being a part of your Habitat for Humanity. Ask who the president is or the
That's a
CEO,
good tip.
and hey, you're an active, what I would say, true investor. If you're actively in this deals and you're seeing people face to face, you're allowed to call that. Okay. If you're not and you're thinking that you're going to do a deal over the phone, don't do this business. Do not be a part of development. Don't be involved in this business at all because you're going to get a bad name fast and nobody want to do business. When development is super small, so just FYI, like this is what I've learned is like you got to make sure you have a good name. So if you do a deal with
The
Habitat,
tiny
just pay them.
community.
Go ahead.
The development community is shit. I mean, real estate community in general is tiny, right? Like Richmond is a market of 1 million people, but almost everybody in real estate that does any kind of volume all know each other. And the development community is tiny. It's much tinier. So yeah, your reputation is everything. Hey, Franklin, really quick, there's one other question, and then anybody that still has a question, we've got a couple of minutes left. I would just invite you to unmute yourself. But Ray was asking, are there any organizations or clubs that you join that help you be a better developer in addition to Daniel's groups?
Yeah, there's a magazine called The Real Deal. So I would recommend go to therealdeal.com. Just subscribe for their year or 2 year. Like all the big developers, that's what they read. Just FYI. There's great podcasts as well on development. I would recommend that. I'm actually starting a podcast coming up called Real Estate Geniuses as well. So, oh, the other guy too. There's some amazing books. So, look up Jorge Perez from the Relative Group.
Oh yeah,
He is like,
related group,
yeah, Relative Group. He's an
related group.
amazing that he wrote a great book, an amazing book called Principles, and it gives you the day in the life of a big developer. Like he writes his whole schedule on there and how he runs meetings, and it's an amazing book. Another great book called what is it called? I've got quite a bit. So I would just say like that's a start. Hopefully, if that helps. I haven't also met any other like if you're gonna meet other developers, you got to know who's either your top commercial broker and see if he holds events. Because like tonight, I'm going to a bourbon and cigars networking with our commercial broker for the area, and he's like the biggest one here. And there's other developers that are going to be there too. So that's how we meet. But that's at least that's worked for me. Hopefully that works for you. And if you're around those big commercial land guys, like they know big developers. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. And then online, I don't know too many other than like I just know myself and I know Daniel. I actually don't know any other developers actually been through what I've been through in a sense of going through all these processes. Um, but I know to me it's like whatever Daniel says, like just take his word for it. Like he knows his shit. So if he recommends somebody, just like, yep, that guy, whatever he's selling, I'm buying. All
Thank
right.
you.
So,
No,
yeah, no problem at
Franklin,
all.
this is awesome. Last call for any questions, guys. If you still have something, go ahead and unmute yourself. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up. But this is phenomenal information, Franklin.
No, I appreciate that. And if you guys got something out of this too, it would mean the world to me if you could find me like on Facebook or any of my social medias, just and subscribe or like something that I wrote. I don't know. That would mean the world. My son would think that I'm super cool because he tracks my social media and tells me if I'm adding followers today. So that'd be awesome. So if you could do that. And then please email me as well. Like if you've got any development deal that you're working on that you got a question, I sometimes could just nerd out on it late at night and then send you a Loom video on like my opinion on it. So I at least do that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, Franklin.
Yes, sir.
What you had your investor? What was the ROI to the investor on the funds that had to be borrowed right throughout the whole process?
Well, we could do the math together because I forgot. So 1.25. I'm into the deal. 650 plus 175 plus my $100,000 upfront development fee, 925 subtracted by 250, 1.25. Okay, so it was, let me see here. Somebody gets it faster than me, please tell me. 325. So 325 in less than 6 months.
That was worth it. It was worth it. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. I've been in the trenches for you guys. I
Yes.
feel hopefully like I want to give back because it's like it's been through so much pain. It's like these deals are so, like in the beginning, these are beyond stressful, man. Like, but then you get cool shit. Like I just literally closed a deal across the street for 5 acres, and no exaggeration, because we're working on the 9-acre parcel here, right? So the 5 acres across the street, the ladies, I call her and I say, hey, I want to do a veterans park and make an industrial park in that area. If I support you guys, what do you guys want to do with the land? And this is a whole different subject, but this is a contaminated land that got that actually got approved to be buildable, but it took a 20-year process.
Wow.
Right. So during this process, I knew that. I called them and they said, hey, why don't we just I'll give it to you. I wanted to give it to the city. The lady's like 80 something years old and her dad was a veteran. So it meant the world. Like this was huge for her. Dude, she signed it over to my company. I got that property for $1,000 for the title fee. I literally just got a line of credit on it yesterday. Yesterday. So I just got a line of credit on this shit on yesterday. And look at this. Because I put it in one account. And again, this is real. This is not fake stuff. Okay. So this is, let me see here. This is one account. If it comes up, I think I could show you guys. $427,000.
Nice. I'm thinking of doing some veteran projects myself because when I always believe in that veterans coming back from Iraq. I was in Iraq and we've lost like 3,000 soldiers that year, and I was one of the fortunate ones to return back. And they should not be homeless. And when I see them in the streets, it just motivates me and drives me to do something about it. So
yeah,
this
100%.
It was a very encouraging and inspiring. Appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you. Yeah, no problem at all, man. I would recommend too in your area, because there's some great nonprofits that help veterans. At least there are in mine. Get with them, see if there's any programs or see something, because they get money for development all the time. Remember, my Habitat didn't have a developer. So they wanted to build stuff, but they didn't know how. I helped them on a couple deals that they made money on. So you could be involved. My advice is, if you're serious about being what I would call a true investor or true developer, like you could get to work today. Like, call the Habitat and ask them, go through the process, like get the reps in, because you need the experience, period, to negotiate. You need the experience in front of sellers. Like, you need that face-to-face experience of negotiating a deal to get really comfortable to negotiate. Because development is this. Development, the only difference between development and residential is three different zeros. It's 3 zeros. That's it.
I hear you.
But I will say the one thing, I mean, Franklin said a lot of smart stuff, but in person, all of the relationships that are going to drive deals and business and money for you in your markets will come from in-person relationships. Go out, talk to people in real life, go out, meet them, take them out for coffee, have lunch. Everybody's now trying to do things online, try to do things virtual, but yes, if at this level, it is in person.
Got it. Will do.
Down, right?
Will do.
Go and you get to know people in real life. It snowballs. I mean, you guys that were here in December, I told you, like, right now, I'm in the middle of developing $25 million worth of projects physically right now, right? We're either wrapped up or we're in the middle of construction. And every single deal came to me from in-person relationships in my market. I didn't like Franklin, right? He doesn't do outbound marketing. We don't either. Everything has come from relationships that I've taken the time to build, and the reputation that I've taken time to build organically. So, like, all of you that are still on this call, and thanks for being here for 2 hours, guys. And thank you, Franklin, for.
Oh, it's been damn 2 hours. My bad.
Yes, sir.
My bad.
We're having fun, but like every one of you still listening.
Yes.
Go out, get in your car, go out and talk to people in your life.
Will do.
Relationships. It's not Facebook.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
All
right, real quick. I know you're still listening. So I just want to let you know, my goal in life is to make a difference in this country. And I know that we can do that by you stepping up. If you're a true investor that wants to be a true developer, now is the time. We can work together. Apply to work with me. Possibly we could partner on deals. Probably you can be a part of the program. I have no idea, but go to trueinvestors.com right now to see if you can actually get into the system or not. The second thing is too, if you have a piece of land or you have a property that you want to sell, I may be interested in it. So please go to truefastoffers.com and probably we can make it work. All right, let's get back to it. Hopefully you see, like, this is real. Like that 420, that's a real number.
Yeah.
That's me from knowing what to do because nobody else knew what to do, or to have the conversation. I had also the conceptual plan of the veteran park. I got it on Fiverr. Like I said, hey, I found somebody on Fiverr to make it for $20. And I was like, okay, this is what I want. And I would show her, like, I'm legit. Like, I really want to do this. And she loved that so much. So she signed over the property to us, and so now it's benefiting. And so it's like, my recommendation is take development serious. If you're still on this call, like, this really can change your life and change your family's life forever, for real. Like, you could legit have a street named after your family, not you. Yeah. Don't be greedy, right? Just name it after your last name so everybody else can enjoy it. Don't do that shit of, like, your whole full name, right? But this is real. To me, that's cool as hell. Like, how much cooler can you get? At least in my head. And then to get, like, this is my local market. How cool was this? I didn't know they were going to do a front page of a newspaper, right? Wow. This could be you. Like, for legit, that's you.
That's nice.
Like, like, how cool is that? Like, you can't pay for that stuff, So I was like, go all in, have fun. It's 100% possible. If you mess everything up and you completely go sideways, you could always stay at your dad's house. Like, it ain't that bad. You live in America. You know what I'm saying?
Mom does your laundry. I've been there. It's great.
Yeah. Look, man, and just FYI, what I didn't say is the first 6 months of doing this deal, I was going through a divorce.
Yeah.
I literally was living at my friend's garage. So
Wow.
I'm doing this deal at my friend's garage, living
Wow.
and then living in hotel rooms,
It
right?
showed plainly that opposition and opportunity come simultaneously, and you defy the odds. Instead of you could have been saying you're going through all of those challenges, but the opportunity that came along, you took advantage of it while dealing with the opposition of your personal life. So that was
Yeah.
that was excellent. Also,
I appreciate
Inspirational
it.
story, Franklin, for
I
sure.
appreciate it,
Very
man. I appreciate
inspirational.
everybody.
I have a
Thank you.
question.
thank you, Danielle, for bringing Franklin.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you for being on. Let,
Thank you,
let,
Franklin.
let's
Oh,
wrap it
no
up.
problem at all, man. I
Franklin,
didn't
thank
realize
you.
it was this long. Good Lord.
Yeah.
No, awesome information. And guys,
Franklin,
I'll put up the replay in Nella, you had a question?
yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much, Franklin.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole presentation, so hopefully, Daniel, you'll send a link to where we can see this. And you're very brave, Franklin. I can't believe you did that 5 years ago without knowing how to read plans, and you did the legal, you did the architectural, the civil, and all the stuff. And
It should be a reminder. Sometimes you just got to pick up a rock and jump in the fight, right? Like,
Yeah.
everybody, we've all been guilty of overanalyzing things and not acting, but
Yeah.
sometimes what you don't know, not knowing what you don't know actually allows you to jump in and do the deal, and
Yeah.
and then you figure things out. So
Yeah. And just FYI, there was a time frame, like legit full transparency. I had like $1,200 in my name.
Mm.
And I was like, I know I got a deal. Like, I know I got one. I'll figure this shit out. And that's why I asked for a developer fee. The other thing is too, never beg for a developer fee. Just be confident, like you're making the request. Because I knew Joel probably would have given me a lot lower if I wasn't like, man, I got a deal and I need $100,000 and I need 50 now. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this motivates somebody just to take action. Don't think about it. I promise you, if you know in your heart that you're doing everything on the up and up and you're not there to scam anybody, it will 1,000,000% work out for you. You will learn the lessons that you need to learn, and it may not be this deal that you make all the money, but 100% it's going to be a future deal. Like, there's only so many. All you got to do is hit one home run and you're retired. Like, you're done for life. You can make a choice to, like, do I feel like getting up today if you don't have any kids, right? Like, for real, no exaggeration. Because
some of us don't have a choice.
yeah, it's like, because what comes up for me is you could get to the point of like, all right, my house is paid off, my car is paid off, I have no debt, and I got a couple $1,000,000 in the bank. What do I want to do? And it's just work on cool shit. At least that's for me. Like, I love architecture, so I like sitting down with my architect. I like doing modern stuff. I like doing something out of the box, and I'm addicted to learning. So to me, it's like, oh, this is cool as hell. Let's just keep on riding with it, see where it goes. And hopefully and I'll be transparent. My full goal is to create a community of what I call true developers. I actually just bought that domain, truedevelopers.com. And so we could work together on development deals throughout the country. And then my access to these huge companies I've already worked with is now your access, right? So like, if I say, hey, dude, I know the guy at Lamar Agency, he'll hook me up with the guy in your state. Let's do this deal together, right? Like, because what I found is it does take years and millions of dollars to learn this. Like, and Daniel, you've done, $100 million worth of the deal. He hasn't, it's not 100 million, it's $100 million he spent on his education to learn what he knows. Period. Just like, that's why I was like, when I was thinking, I was like, there's no way you could learn. I read all the development books on Amazon. There is no information that it gave me on how to get shit shovel ready, how to negotiate the deal, how to get the deal from 2.4 to 1.25, and that was a better deal, and then how to actually do the private money deal, how to raise the capital, how to do the paperwork for that, like, and do the legal and understand the PSA and redline that shit. Like, there is no book that tells you, like, this is the reality and you may lose your family at the same damn time. How are you going to act? Like, there's no, but tell me the book, because not even the damn Bible had this shit inside the Bible. I didn't see it. Okay. So, but when
Nehemiah,
go ahead.
Nehemiah was a builder in the Bible.
Yeah, it was like, it's stressful, man. It's stressful, but you've got to know, to me, if your heart's in the right place, you know you're creating a win-win for everybody. I promise you the deal's going to work out. And I promise you 1,000,000%, if you don't have an ego, that's the biggest thing. If you've got an ego in this business, don't be in this business. I promise you're going to lose all your money. And that's on you because you want to be a jackass. But if you have no ego at all, and I truly just want to like do the right thing and don't care that you're going to make $1 million the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, it probably won't be in the fifth. Just FYI, I made the most money on my fifth year than I did my first year. Wow. Right. I didn't even know the deals I'm working on now. I was like, oh shit, like this is impressive. Like I'm pressing myself. Right. I look in the mirror. I'm like, damn, my hair does look good. Right. So it's like, I got this because I've done Lamar Agency. I dealt with Opal Fuel. I dealt with Florida Gas. I dealt with KB Homes. I dealt with DR Horton. I've dealt with Coca-Cola. I've dealt with Wells Fargo. I've dealt with the national brand of Habitat for Humanity. I've dealt with the city officials. I've got the mayor on speed dial that if I need him to call another acquisition manager because I need him to sell this other big company, they need to come to Lakeland, like I'm doing right now with Speedway Auctioneer. That is value, right? So these are things I would recommend for yourself. Know who your local planning department is. Like you can call them up today, right after this call, and have a conversation. Get a meeting with your mayor. And when you talk with your mayor, don't wear a damn shirt. Look professional. If you're going to actually like be in this business, don't look like a slob. Like you're talking to people that one day, if you get lucky, you may be able to do a huge deal just because they like you. So just FYI, like this is political game as well. Like you're going to find out because you got some pull. Look, this site that I'm on right now, they didn't want to do 96 units. They wanted to do a different kind of site. I got the mayor involved and the mayor was like, hey, I'm fully supporting Franklin Cruz. I'm doing a letter of support for his 96 unit development. I love what he's doing. Boom. Now my value of my land went from 400 grand that I paid for it to $2.3 million net 2.3, which I'm not selling it, but I could sell it if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Does this make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Is this helpful? Hopefully this is being helpful, guys.
Yes, it was. I have 4 single family homes that I own free and clear that I bought from the tax auction, clean. And now it's going to change my perspective. One of them I'm thinking of, it needs to be torn down. That's in PA. And I have one in Indiana, one in Illinois, and one in I think it's Michigan. Yeah.
Which market are you in on any of those 4?
I happen to be. Believe me, the numbers was right. I've been a realtor for 19 years, and I actually bought them for like under 50 grand, and they're all worth over $150,000.
Great.
As his value. So I did my due diligence.
No, I said, what market are they in? Are you in that market where those?
And I'm not in the market. I'm leveraging my agents in all. I'm with
my recommendation, Ryan, if I could just add in. Yeah. If you're going to do development, don't do any of them that you're not in that market. It's going to be a waste of your time. You need to physically meet the mayor. You need to physically meet the planning department. You need to physically meet the building department. You need to know who the inspectors are for your property. When you get that knee deep, shit could move, right? Yeah. No, you need to meet with the top commercial broker there, take him and find out who he is and send him a gift first so you don't waste his time with a meeting. You only meet with people when you got a deal. Don't meet with people like, hey, can I have coffee? People don't do that shit in my world. Like they don't dude, you got a deal? Let's talk. If you don't got a deal, I don't even know about your family. Like I'm good. I don't personally care. At least that's how it's been for me in my world. I'm just sharing what's happened with me. Hopefully this is helping.
It is. So I got kind of inroad with the mayor of New York because I'm in New York. I knew him as a bar president, so I'm definitely reaching out to him in full force.
Yeah, and ask him, see if there's any land available at the code enforcements. See if ask him, say, hey man, and then ask him who is the Habitat for Humanity in your area. Meet with the CEO, see if they got any pieces of land. They always do. Just FYI, the deal that I created with Habitat on one of the pieces of land, they wanted to do a subdivision, but they didn't even have the right civil. Like, remember, if you hire a civil engineer, he's not a developer. He's not going to be creative. You need to hire a developer, and that developer hires everybody else. Remember, a developer is the quarterback of the football team, period.
Yeah.
You want to be a part, you want to just be you want to be an intern for that guy. You just want to say like, dude, whatever you want, whatever, I'll do it, and just listen and learn. Cause there's not a lot of true developers out there that I know of. Daniel knows a lot more than I do. And there's not a lot that actually understands how to tell you what's going to happen next and what you need to do and how much money you need to do, and have negotiated huge contracts with lawyers, because then you need to start understanding case law and read land law. So whatever state you're in, find a legal book on Amazon and buy the land law book for your state. And read and get tabs that look like this. You see these tabs? Can you guys see me? See these tabs are short?
Yes.
Buy a red marker, get these tabs, read the books, highlight what you don't know, highlight the book. Right?
Good.
Like you need to start being very efficient on reading and learning. If you're not, the faster you learn, the faster you know how to read and actually comprehend and not be a distracted idiot, like you're gonna be beyond wealthy, and you'll leave an impact in your community.
Oh, I love to read and love to do due diligence. That's a must.
And you got to be able to get out of the house. Like number one, developers on the site, they wear jeans and boots. Like true developers that are on land, like you start your Wolverine boots on Amazon, just buy them, right?
Got it.
Jeans, buy Amazon Basics, whatever. But this is just what you will be wearing. Like this is your uniform, right? At least it's been for me if you do land, because sometimes you're going to have to go on the field all the time. That's why.
Right.
So hopefully this is helping. I don't know.
Yes. All of the book. Much appreciated. Thanks a lot.
I got to close it down because I actually have to go to a job site meeting myself now. So
okay, no problem at all.
Awesome. Guys, I'll put this replay up in the Facebook group as soon as it's formatted. So anybody that's missed the beginning of this call, you'll be able to watch the whole thing.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Franklin, I followed you on Instagram. I'm going to send you an email. Daniel, thanks, man.
No problem at all, man.
Catch you on the next one. Thanks, Franklin.
Yes.
No problem at all. See you guys. Have a good one, man. Daniel, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to help, man.
Pleasure. Always good talking to you, bro. Later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Franklin. All right, Daniel. Everyone.
All right, see you guys. All right. Thanks so much for spending so much time with me and so much time just in the training. If you went through the entire 8-part series, let me know. Drop a comment below and tell me, what did you think about it? Did you get a lot out of it? Because there is one more part coming up, and that part is, so you want to be a real estate developer. And I'm going to answer some of the questions that I hear a lot of, and I'm just going to go through it. Now, if you watch this entire thing and you're like, Franklin, I really want to work with you, and I have no idea how, but I want to make this thing happen. I want to go from a true investor to a true developer. What do I do? Well, you've got to apply, because I can't work with everybody. I've got a very small team, and I do have a lot of projects going on, and I do this podcast thing and this YouTube stuff too. So I do my best to make it happen. So if you go to trueinvestors.com right now, again, trueinvestors.com, you can fill out an application and we could see if you qualify to work together, me and you, on deals, and we can see what we can make happen. So, and if not, just want to give you a heads up, no big deal. The next part in the series, and it's the last part, is, so you want to be a developer. These are the most frequently asked questions I get, and I'm going to answer them right now. All right, see you on the other one.